Chance the Rapper's being ridiculed for is actually cheating. But also, I'm going to talk about what we can learn from Chance the Rapper's situation. And you're asking, okay, what was his situation? Well, let me go ahead and show you right now, bruh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, bruh. Yeah, let me hit it one more time.
Oh my God.
You see it. Chance the Rapper is winding on a Carnival girl at Carnival. Now, before I go any further, I am a direct line. I have a direct lineage in Jamaica. My family still goes over there. Now, me, no. But my father has a green card. My aunts have green cards. My grandparents have green cards. I am first generation American. So when I say this, I'm saying this with grace, but I'm not demonizing my people. But what I am saying is there's things that we can take from this as believers. All right. So let's go ahead and get back into it. I wanted to show a video about the Breakfast Club talks about this. And it's interesting how Charlemagne's perspective is. And I wanted to take that, right? I wanted to take his perspective and sort of gleam off it a little bit. And I'll give you my thoughts in the end. And I do have Bible verses in the end. Just stick with me. All right, here we go.
Dancing on another woman, and people are saying this is not the way that a married man should conduct himself.
Let me ask y'all a question, right? How do y'all come to these conclusions based off a 25, 30-second clip, right? Because for all we know, his wife could have been recording the video. For all we know, his wife could have just been off to the side minding her business because it is Carnival. Have you never been to like a strip club with your significant other? When you and your significant other go to the strip club together, do y'all not?
No, Charlemagne. No. I almost said nigga, but I said it anyway. No, Charlemagne. We do not go to strip clubs with our wives, bruh. Not a lot of people do that because what the strip club promotes. It promotes lust. It promotes debauchery. It just promotes senselessness. And I promise y'all this. These types of behaviors does not breed good fruit.
Bing bong.
It does not bring good fruit. You can allow a dude like Charlemagne to influence you to say, yeah, me and my girl goes to the strip club. But I promise you, the individuals that do this do not either stick or they have a very bad relationship when they go into marriage. These people either have some form of infidelity in their lives, hence Charlemagne. And I promise you, these dudes that say, how do you know? You could assume. It's funny how, and a comment says under that, it said, it's funny how Charlemagne says we're jumping to conclusions as if his wife may not even be there holding the phone. That sounds like a cheater. We all know that's bull. Because guess what, Charlemagne? You're doing the same thing by assuming that she was there.
Bing bong.
We literally don't know where she's at. It's better to say, hey, I don't know where she's at, but this is not how a married man should act. And he's pretty much saying, shoot, if his wife is okay with it, it is okay. Come on, bro. Come on.
Not throw ones together? Do y'all not slap ass together? When in Rome, do what Romans do. When at Carnival, do what Carnivalians do. What's wrong with him dancing on a woman if his wife is there?
Carnivalians? You just made that up?
You know what the hell I mean.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure.
What's wrong with that, B?
But let me tell you something. If the wife probably wasn't even there.
How you know that? Yeah, you gonna come to that
Come
conclusion.
on,
But you just said if
sis.
the wife was there. What if the wife wasn't there?
Man, listen.
should you be slapping someone else's butt?
Now, if your wife not there, if your wife is giving you permission to slap ass, yes. You know what I
If
mean?
your wife has said enjoy yourself and go slap any booty you see and yeah, all that, cool. But I don't think.
No, it's still not cool. It is still not cool because that is not for yours to touch. But this is why we as believers do not take counsel from the ungodly. And when I say the ungodly people, I'm not coming from a pious mentality. So for those who are not believers in Jesus Christ that may follow my channel, I am not coming as a pious. What I'm saying is when I say ungodly, I'm meaning people who do not believe in the God I believe. All right. You do not take advice from a fat guy of how to get fit. You do not take advice from a person, a drug addict, of how to break an addiction when they themselves are not breaking their addiction. You do not get advice from a baseball player how to become a prolific football player. So same goes for here. We do not get advice from people who either struggle with infidelity, i.e. Charlemagne, or you don't give advice when it comes to relationships, when it comes to just the world, because their standards is obviously not the standards of God, Jesus Christ, Yahweh. All right, let's keep it going.
Sis was in the building, and I also think that Chan shouldn't be slapping nobody.
So how would you feel if
He represents the internet, by the way. Just jumping to conclusions, assuming things.
What we're saying, if your man was out at Carnival and you see him slapping somebody's ass and you wasn't there, y'all would have to have a conversation when he
Oh
got
yeah,
back.
I'm definitely calling you on the spot. Hey, turn the camera so I can see Miss Missy. Like, I'm doing that.
But why do we have to jump to the worst conclusion? This man made a whole CD saying, I love my wife, I love my wife, I love my wife. You think he would really be doing that knowing all them cameras is out? You think he would really?
Bro, yo, let me say something here, bro. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter you made an album and you said, I love my wife, I love my wife. We are fallen man. You can love your wife all day and still sleep with another woman because of the lust of the eye. You would know that. And I'm not judging you. I have no place of heaven or hell to put you in, Charlamagne. But to sit here and say, oh, because I made a whole album, it's okay for me to slap some chicks. It's okay for me to slap some chicks.
Oh my God!
Come on, man. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? This is very disingenuous of Charlamagne. He knows better. He knows he's just spitting stuff out his butt. Cause look at his face. Like, come on, bro.
He'd be out there wilding if his wife wasn't with him?
But it happens, Oshala.
Oh, no, it does happen.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in this particular situation,
We don't know.
how do we know his wife wasn't right there? His wife might have been recording the video.
We just asking, would you mind if your wife went to Carnival and was throwing her ass around?
What do you mean?
My.
Bing bong. Bing bong.
This guy said, whoa. He asked him a good question. Would you be okay if your wife is throwing them chicks around and letting another dude wind on her? He's like, whoa. What does my wife have to do with this? Exactly, Charlamagne. Exactly, bruh. Let's stop acting like this. It ain't right, bruh.
What are we talking about? That's not even a discussion. That's not what we talking about. How my wife getting in the
Would you have a problem? I'm just asking.
That's a totally different discussion. Listen, me and my wife were in the strip club together.
Correct.
Okay, we was in Ghana having a good time.
Me and
Now,
my wife as well.
I was throwing ones. I didn't touch no ass that I remember.
Why not? Why not? Oh, I was just throwing ones. I was just looking, but I didn't touch. Hey, bruh. Hey, hold up, bro. Hold up. Y'all got to see me. If you ever catch me in a strip club, your brother touching. I'm touching. Why would I pay a woman to just tease me? And I walk out of that joint on hard. And I can't do nothing. You see how crazy that sounds, right? I'm not even condoning it. You would not find me in no strip club. But what I'm saying is this, y'all. This is where he draws the line. I ain't touching. But guess what? If you keep looking, eventually you're going to touch. The only reason why Charlamagne ain't touching is because his old lady sitting right there, bro. But let his woman be out there. He going to be touching. That's my point. Bro. Because they just vomit out their mouth just to try to justify the shenanigans. But we all know what it really deep down, how it makes somebody feel when they're doing stuff outside the covenant of marriage. Come on, bro.
Remember, but on purpose.
I remember.
No, but I didn't touch ass on purpose, right?
I'm the same way.
Just because I don't trust nothing. You know what I mean? In this internet age and how everybody likes to twist things, you know? So I was just throwing ones. My wife and my crew was slapping ass, though. You know, the ladies. So they had fun. That didn't bother me in no way, shape, or form. And if I would have slapped some ass, my wife wouldn't have cared because we in the strip club together, is what I'm saying. Right. If y'all at Carnival together, okay, can we do my scenario now? Yeah. If they at Carnival together,
okay,
right, together,
I'm
enjoying all the Carnival festivities,
right?
And your wife's like, go ahead, get up on that, and y'all laughing and joking, and you jump up on there. Is that a problem?
Get up on that is different than slap that ass. That's
Now to them, y'all let me know if this is too fast for y'all. Now for me, that's what I like, but I'll slow it down just one time. But now, this is the thing. Now, DJ Envy said, look, slapping and getting on it is different. Getting on it feels like you're pretty much rolling with the waves. My bad for moving. Now, to me, all of it, okay, just like Jesus said, if you just look upon a woman with lust, you have sinned. Because it starts in the heart. It doesn't start when you initially start acting on it. It starts in the heart, just like David. Just like David. When David looked upon Bathsheba, it didn't start like the infidelity and all that other stuff didn't start when he slept with Bathsheba. It started in his heart when he just looked on her and he said, bro, I have to have her. All that other stuff is byproducts of what he allowed in his heart, what was already in there. The problem is it's our hearts. It's our sinful desires. That is our problem, right? But these guys don't know that. All they think is, okay, it's okay if I just don't do it. No, the problem is you just want to do it. That is the big problem. It's the fact that the desire is there to do it. That is the problem. All right, let's keep it moving.
That's the same thing.
No, it's not.
That's all under the umbrella of getting up on that.
No, it's not.
Look, for like I said, you said she may have been there, she may have not been there. Either way, we're not slapping ass on Carnival. We're not
You telling me you ain't never been in the strip club with Lemon Pepper?
First of all, that's not even a
Lemon Pepper ain't never slapped no ass in front of you.
First of all, Lemon Pepper definitely probably slapped a little 1, 2, 3. But what I'm saying is, if I ain't in the building, if I'm there, go ahead, enjoy yourself. But if I'm not there, you just for fun.
Yo.
Stop the cap.
Bruh. Real talk, bro. Bro. Come on, bro. We all know. You saying that now, sis. But I promise you, let your mans be in there with you when he just starts. Wow. Bruh. You gonna lose your mind. Let's not act like you don't know what this is. You ain't gonna like it. You ain't gonna like it. You gonna feel some type of way, bruh. You gonna feel some type of way. Are we really gonna sit here and act like it's okay when we all know that is the problem with this, bruh? But I wanted to share this, bruh. I wanted to share. Let me pull this verse up right here, man. Let's pull this verse up. All right, here it is. Psalms 1, verse 1. Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers, but whose delight in the laws of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. That person is like a tree planted by the streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers.
Bing bong.
Let's go back up real quick. This scripture says, blessed is the one who does not walk in the step with the wicked. In other translations, it says the counsel of the wicked. Now, the wicked means pretty much anybody that is not following God, right? Because all of us have the sinful nature, even those who follow God. But what keeps our sin in check is the Holy Spirit and Jesus Christ himself. That's what keeps our sinful desires in check. But for those who don't have that, we can only check our sinful desires but so much until we're going to just operate in our natural state, which is sin. All right. So, but us as believers, we should not be operating and walking in the same footsteps of those of the ungodly, the unbeliever. And this is what I'm getting at, because it only breeds death. It not physical deaths. It does breed death sometimes physically, but not all the time. When I say death, it means destruction. You lose things. You take big L's, bruh. We take big L's when we do things out of our will and our desires rather than doing it God's way. And this is the problem. And I hate that. I'm disheartened to see it with Chance. Chance the Rapper is he professes openly that he is a Christian. Sorry, I had to position myself. He professes that he is a Christian. And I'm not even going to take that away because I can't take that away from him. If he says that he's a Christian, so be it. All right. But stuff like this, my brother, let's just say, hey, his wife is cool with it, right? So why are we tripping? Honestly, I don't care. If you ask me straight up, I don't care. But I want us to use this for an example because this is what it looks like, y'all, when you have nobody around you but ungodly folk. I'm not saying you can't have friends that are unsaved, but the unsaved guys should not be the main guys that you get counsel from. These may not be the same. When I say counsel, I mean life lessons outside of business, and because the ungodly, like unsaved people who don't believe in Jesus do offer value too, but it's very carnal. It's very carnal, maybe in business, maybe in how you do your finances. But outside of those carnal like things, when it comes to everything else, no. Right? And when it comes to this, I believe Chance is not surrounded by people of like mind. So Chance is in this phase where he's learning of Jesus more, and I do believe he really believes that Jesus is Lord, and he does believe that Jesus died on the cross for his sins and raised on the third day and all that. I do believe he believes in the deity of Christ, right? And the triune God. I do believe he believes that. But what has him constantly doing these incongruent things, and it confuses the world as well as me and Christians, is because he's between trying to play two roles. He's not showing a sense of integrity here, right? He's in his music is reflecting some type of godly or biblical worldview in some shape or fashion. Not all the time, but some shape or fashion. But he goes out and does stuff like this. This ain't the first time he does stuff like this, right? And even if his wife approves of it, this is not what the godly does, bro. And I don't believe he has people in his corner telling him, hey, bro, yo, you wildin', bro. You wildin'. He surrounded himself by people who is like, yo, get it, bro. Get it. And it's pushing him in a direction that is not pleasing to God. And my question is, it is not so much of demonizing Chance. This is something that we can learn from. Are we surrounding ourselves with people who will push us closer to Jesus rather than encouraging us to do what our flesh wants, which pushes us away from Jesus? Jesus is always going to be there. Jesus sometimes waits on us to get it right and get it tight. But these are the things where when you're tempted to go different places and you're tempted to do certain things, this is when it matters, when you have good counsel, when you surround yourself with a godly woman, you surround yourself with godly men, you surround yourself with godly women who are about that life. Because at the end of the day, bro, we are here to live a life pleasing to God and unto God. Your life is not your own no more. You can't go out and live a life, that you once knew. God has called you to greater. God has called me to greater. And these little small things can really hick us up all the time. And this is the thing, and I'll leave you with this. What helps me sometime, and I don't get it right all the time, Lord knows, but what helps me out sometime is this. It says in the scriptures that the enemy comes to what? And I'm paraphrasing. He wants to make a mockery out of God. So he tries to what? He tries to point at God's people, and guess what? Try to get them to lose credibility. He wants God's people to lose so much credibility. And this right here doesn't help us. Because there are unbelievers who watch this and say, bruh, there's no difference between you and me. Christianity that you say is not what I read in the scriptures. And if this is what Christianity is, God is not real. Because if you say God is real, the transformation should be there. And I'm guilty of it at one point in time in my life. Does our lives line up to be congruent with the standard that God wants us to live? Do we have it perfect every time? No. But do we even have the desire to lay our lives down in spite of what we feel, in spite of what we desire, for the glory of God? Now, I'll leave that with you. Let me know what you think. Until next time, grace and peace.